What can I learn at Disney World from my 10-year-old son that has an impact on my financial planning work? That's what I'm thinking about today. So earlier this year, my family took a trip down to Florida and we made a stop at Disney World. Our first time visiting Disney World. My sons are 9 and 10 years old, and we decided just to go for 2 days and see what it was like. So I wanted to share you a little bit of a story a conversation that we had that really had me thinking and has helped improve my thinking in my professional life and personal life as well. And so we went to Disney and we were staying on the grounds. The first day we went over to Hollywood Studios. We got to ride some roller coasters. That was really the first time we'd been on any big roller coasters, and the boys loved it. And so the second day we were heading over to the Magic Kingdom, and as we're walking in, we were staying on the ground, so we got to go in early, and we're going to head to Space Mountain first and try to beat the lines over there. And my older son, my 10-year-old, said, "Hey, I want to ride with Mom on this one. Sit next to her." And we said, "Well, geez, that's not how Space Mountain works. It's not side by side in the cars. It's kind of one in front of the other, sort of like a bobsled type of thing." And he thought about that and he said, "Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'd be too scared just not sitting by myself." So we talked. I said, "Hey, I can sit behind you. I can reach out and put my hands on your shoulders the whole ride." And nope, he was having none of it. So he and my wife went on a different ride. My younger son and I went on Space Mountain, had a great time. And then later in the day, we were going through things and we were able to get one of the lightning lane passes so we could just walk right on to Space Mountain. And I had a conversation with my older boy and I said, "Listen, you don't have to go on if you don't want to, right? You can sit here and wait for us. But think about this. This might be the only time we're at Disney World or at the Magic Kingdom even. If you don't go on this, it might be one of those things that you look back and wish you would have tried it out, right? And if you don't like it, it's only a 3-minute ride or whatever." And so he thought about it and he said, okay, he was going to, have some courage and go on the ride. Got on the ride. He loved it. We had to go on a few more times later in the day, and it turned out to be his favorite part of the whole Magic Kingdom. And so of course that's pretty cool. But afterwards we were sitting talking about this and I told him that I was proud of him, for having the guts to try something that was uncomfortable. But we also had a conversation about listen, the result was really good. It was his favorite ride, but that decision that he made to have that courage and make that choice, even if it turned out he didn't like the Space Mountain very much, that still would have been the right decision based on those parameters of we might not ever come back. This might be my only chance. That's the right choice to make, even if it turned out that the result wasn't very good. And that was a great reminder for me that so often I think about evaluate our decisions based on what was the result. And that's not the right filter for doing things, right? Especially in a world where there is no one right answer, right? If there's one right answer, we can just, choose that one. But when you go, listen, what's the right mix of stocks and bonds? When exactly should we retire? How should these things happen? There's no one answer. What do we think tax rates are going to be in the future? And how do we make decisions today based on that, right? There's no one right answer. And so looking at the result, just because the result was good, and I'll give an example. When I first started my career, I did a lot of active management, trying to pick which mutual funds were going to do better than the others before I figured out that, buying the whole market and indexing was really the reliable path to success. Now, our clients early in my career, we had some really good experiences, had some good investment returns. Does that mean that it was the right decision to make? No, that was sort of, dumb luck. And so just because the result is good doesn't mean that it was a smart choice. And just because the result might be not what we want doesn't mean it was a bad decision. And when you think about that, it was really evident in terms of this roller coaster example. And I think that plays out through our lives, certainly with financial planning, but with other things. And so I've been trying to think about the decision-making process and not focusing on the results, but making sure that we're making informed. Clients know we talk about being intentional, right? Quite often, if we make an intentional decision, we can live with the outcome and not have regrets. So I've been really thinking about that since I had that experience with my family here earlier in the year. And I'd encourage you to think about that too. Think about your decision-making, not in terms of the result, but in terms of the inputs and how you came to that conclusion. I think that helps with a lot of things in life. So that's what I'm thinking about today. As always, I'm interested in knowing what you're thinking about. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop a comment down in the chat box or shoot us an email directly. And as always, thanks for watching.